Arman always arrived at school in expensive shoes, branded bag, latest phone, clean haircut. Everyone assumed he came from money. He never corrected them. In fact, he encouraged it. When classmates talked about vacations, he said, "Yeah, we go to Dubai almost every year." When someone mentioned a new gaming console, he said, "I already ordered the newest version." No one ever saw his house. He made sure of that. The truth, Arman lived in a one-room rental apartment behind a mechanic workshop. His father had once owned a small electronics shop, but after a fire destroyed the shop, debt followed. Business never recovered. His father started working long shifts, repairing old fans and wiring second-hand appliances. At night, Arman's mother stitched clothes for neighbors to help pay rent. But at school, Arman wasn't poor. He couldn't afford to be, because in his class, status meant everything. One day, his friends decided to celebrate a birthday at an expensive restaurant. "Arman, you're coming, right?" Samir asked. "Of course," Arman said confidently. The bill per person was more than his father earned in 2 days. That night, Arman couldn't sleep. He looked at his wallet. Only 400 rupees. He quietly opened his mother's purse. There was money inside, rent money. His hands shook. "E closed Italiano." The next day, he lied. "Sorry guys, family emergency." They laughed. "Rich boy can't skip this." Pressure built. Finally, he did something he never thought he would. He sold his phone, the same phone everyone admired. He told people he upgraded to a newer model and was waiting for delivery. He paid for the dinner. He smiled. But something inside him broke. Weeks passed, then came the school annual trip. The fee was high. Everyone signed up, except Arman. This time, he didn't lie. He just said nothing. Rumors started. Maybe he's not that rich. Why doesn't he ever invite us home? Why does he always change the topic? One afternoon, after school, Samir followed him secretly. Arman walked past the main road, past the nice houses, past the shops, into a narrow alley. Samir stopped. There, behind the mechanic workshop, Arman entered a small rusted gate. Samir saw everything. The tiny house, the broken door. His father repairing wires outside, his mother stitching under a dim bulb. The next day at school, Samir was quiet. Arman avoided eye contact. During lunch, someone joked loudly, "Arman probably lives in a palace." The class laughed. Before Arman could fake a smile, Samir stood up. "He doesn't," he said firmly. Silence. "He works harder than anyone here, and his parents work harder than all of us." Everyone froze. Arman's face went pale. Samir continued, "Maybe instead of laughing, we should learn something." That afternoon, Arman expected humiliation. Instead, something unexpected happened. One classmate said, "Why didn't you tell us?" Another said, "You could have just said no." And someone quietly added, "You don't need to prove anything." For the first time, Arman spoke honestly. "I was scared you'd treat me differently." Samir replied softly, "We already did. When you were pretending." That sentence hit harder than any insult. Arman went home lighter that day. Not because life suddenly became easy, not because money appeared, but because he stopped carrying a fake life on his shoulders. Months later, something changed again. His father reopened a small repair stall with the help of a local community fund. It wasn't big. It wasn't glamorous, but it was honest. And this time, when classmates asked where he lived, Arman said the truth. And the strange thing, no one cared about the size of his house anymore. They cared about his strength.